Okay.
Do you want to spotlight me?
Yep.
Excellent. Great. Well, we'll get started. Thanks for joining us tonight on our Wednesday night Free to Dream event. My name's Leah and I have been with the Juice Plus company for about 14 months now, and it's definitely been pretty life-changing. So I love that I get to share this opportunity of what we've been up to. And tonight's really relaxed. It's really just about sharing about two things that I think that we have in a problem with in society these days. It's two of our biggest challenges, and that is, one is our health and how we feel day to day and how we look. And I think that our health has never really been in a worse place. We've never been more overfed but undernourished. And I think there's so much conflicting advice out there as to what to do. And we just get a bit lost. And I know I've definitely felt like that in the past. And I just really believe that what we're going to share tonight is really a better way. It's easy, it's sustainable, and it's not anything new. It's something we've known for generations that is really good for our bodies. And the second thing is our lifestyle and how we get to do life, and how we've really found a way to create a life where we've get to eliminate two of the biggest stresses that I think everybody has, and that is around finances and around time. So I'm going to share a little bit more about my story later throughout the event. We're launching Jen's business tonight, so if you're on here to support her, we really thank you for jumping on and seeing what we're up to. I know that when I launched my business 14 months ago, it was really important for me to have my friends and family on to see what I'm up to. So it's, definitely no pressure. It's, if tonight what you see resonates with you, that's amazing. If it doesn't, you might know somebody that would be interested. So we'll start really where it all began, and that's with our amazing whole food products. So if you've not seen Juice Plus before, this is what it looks like. It's a really beautiful blend of fruits, veggies and berries, 30 different varieties in capsules. So I came across this when I was not at a very good place health-wise in my life. I had just had a little baby. She was nearly 4 or 5 months old, and I just have to say that I had never felt, more unlike myself. I was struggling to get through the day. I was definitely not eating what I should have been, and I've always been a really healthy person, but I just know that I wasn't getting the recommended or what I knew was what my body needed as far as fruits and veggies go. I was just definitely waking up with a real kind of mental fog. I wasn't getting a lot of sleep. I was breastfeeding. That meant that I had to read the back of absolutely everything and be really cautious to make sure it was safe for my baby. I came across Juice Plus, and the first thing I noticed is that I could read everything on the back. It has a food label, so anything that as long as I could eat it, I could take it. There were absolutely no red flags. Everybody can take Juice Plus. It's something that if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, elderly, athletes, infants, it's safe for everybody. So it definitely made sense to me. And what it's really all about is bridging the gap between what we eat and what we should be eating. And I know that although I have been a really healthy person, I definitely struggle on a daily basis to get the fruits and veggies that I need. There's no new concept that we need fruits and veggies. You only have to walk into a doctor's surgery, and on a coffee table there's always going to be a pamphlet that says the way to better health is going to be eat more fruits and veggies, drink more water, and exercise more. We've known this for generations, but it's really difficult to do, and I know that I really find it difficult. Some days are good, but generally, just with how busy we are, it's not always possible. So it really made sense to me because I could definitely get in everything that I needed, and it was really encouraging me to eat more fruits and veggies as well, because I started to crave more of it. I love the way Juice Plus is made. It's pretty much the cleanest produce grown in herbicide, pesticide-free environment, third-generation farms. It's picked at ultimate peak ripeness, which is really different to the produce that we see in our grocery stores today, which is picked way before it's ripe, and then popped into cold storage, and then, you know, on our shelves months later sometimes. You know, what we know is that the nutrition that you get from the last 2 weeks of ripening is really what our body thrives from. So that is absolutely what you get with Juice Plus. It's then taken, all the produce is taken to our plant, it's made into like a big smoothie and then dried at a really low heat so that it's kept live, and there's all those beautiful phytonutrients and digestive enzymes, and your body recognises it as food, as if you were eating all of those things. And we know that it's absorbed into your bloodstream within 3 to 5 minutes, and then your body uses it as it needs. So a bit different to something like a synthetic vitamin or a multivitamin, where you're not really sure if your body is actually, using it, absorbing it, or whether you're just getting, expensive whey, or, when you take a multivitamin that has a B in it, you get that, disco bright yellow whey. You don't get that with Juice Plus. The studies that are done on it are pretty incredible. There's over 30 peer-reviewed gold standard medical journal studies done, and what they show is that it reduces systemic inflammation in the body. And what we know is inflammation in the body results in a lot of illness. So this is really, what the body needs. There's some really amazing studies being done at the moment on Juice Plus and pregnancy, which I can't wait to see. That they're done in top universities all around the world. So yeah, really great. I don't know any other product that has that much research behind it. Juice Plus is really the company with a heart. I absolutely love that it's all about sustainable, healthy living for everybody. And what better place to start than with our children? Definitely becoming a mum. There's nothing more than I want for my little girl than to be healthy. To really nurture and make sure that she's getting everything that she needs. But I do also know that it can be really difficult to get them to eat their fruits and veggies. From very young, my little girl has taken our Juice Plus Chews. She's a little bit too young to participate in the study, but basically any adult who takes Juice Plus can actually sponsor a child aged 4 to 18 years to actually take it for free also. So we're, really starting our kids young. They get to take these amazing tasting little chews, or they can take the capsules, and they get to participate in this study. And basically what the results that we're finding are that kids are drinking more water, eating more fruits and veggies, less days off school, pooping better, less doctor's visits, and general overall well-being is better. And what I absolutely love is that you can't have a placebo with kids. They don't know that, I can take this and the mind plays tricks and you can start to feel good. With kids, what you see is what you get. And, to see things like skin conditions clearing up, dermatitis and eczema in small babies that would otherwise maybe be having to have a steroid cream, it's unbelievable. Or seeing kids reach for, those capsicum and cucumbers and things that they would otherwise not normally have gone for are pretty incredible. And those are the results that we hear a lot of. I just really think that, what we eat and take into our bodies is really determines our potential in life. And so for me, it's I'm super passionate, about starting our kids young and getting them on the right track. The other product that we do have are our amazing complete powders. So it comes in a really beautiful chocolate and vanilla. I'm absolutely crazy about these. I love them. Anyone who is super busy, this is just something that you have to have. They're just a really beautiful blend of superfoods. It's a really nice balanced meal of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, and tastes absolutely amazing. It's packed full of superfoods, loads of sprouts like alpha sprouts, radish sprouts, broccoli. You've got spirulina, pomegranate, pumpkin, mushroom powder, naturally occurring niacin. Just really gorgeous, superfoods that I would otherwise not get into my day. I just love having one of these in my bag for those times where I get kind of caught out. Maybe I haven't been able to sit down and eat a meal, which is not always possible 5 times a day when you're on the run. It's just the life we lead. So I love having one of these in my bag and knowing that it's kind of my go-to rather than reaching for something like coffee and cake when I'm out. I also love to add it to my smoothie first thing in the morning, and my little girl just thinks they're absolutely amazing. She thinks she's having like a chocolate smoothie, but it's actually full of other things like that I chuck in it, like some zucchini and spinach as well. Just a really nice way to either start or end your day. We also love to support all of our customers with an amazing health program. So everybody who orders Juice Plus does get to also have access to a really nice health program that's full of amazing recipes. There's a really nice shred component, a cleanse, and it really just, it helps to, create some really nice healthy food cultures in the home. So full of really nice family-friendly, easy recipes. So we might actually cross on over to Jen now, who is launching her business, but we'll just get her to share a little bit about her Juice Plus journey, how it came into her life. And where are you, Jen? I can't actually see you. There you are. Maybe you want to share a little bit about about how it all kind of came about for you and what you found.
Yeah, all right. So hi everyone, and thanks for some people jumping on to support me tonight. My journey began probably about 10 years ago. I could say that's when my journey started. And for one reason or another, I stopped taking Juice Plus, which was really, at the end of the day, a pretty silly choice for me. But I did it, and I shouldn't have done. But about 9 months ago, I touched base with my friend Mel, who became NMD yesterday in the company. So congratulations, Mel. Good job. And she put me back in touch with Juice Plus and brought me into the business. So personally, with taking Juice Plus, I have found I have a lot more energy. I was suffering from osteoarthritis in my feet, which prevented me from training or running or doing any form of exercise. I would spend my time on the couch. And I was damned if I do and damned if I don't, because the more I walked, the more pain I had. The more I sat, more pain I had. But since taking Juice Plus, I no longer have that pain. I'm back out training again and enjoying life and connecting with a fantastic group of people that are helping me to personally to develop as well, and their support and everything. It's been fantastic. So, I mean, on Sunday, I joined into a super boot camp up in Perry Lakes, which went for 2 hours. And I have had very, very little muscle stiffness since then. I went to a recovery session on Monday morning. I had a session today, and I have been, it's just been amazing. Yeah, and I mean, the other things I've noticed since I've taken Juice Plus is my menopause symptoms are practically gone. I mean, white hot flashes. And I'm just enjoying life again, to be honest. Anxiety levels have dropped. I still have some days where it's not good, but compared to how I was, it's amazing. I cannot express to people how much Juice Plus has changed my life, and I get very much of a Juice Plus brain when people talk to me, and I like to spew it, but I try to contain myself. But that's pretty much been my journey so far, and it's great support from everyone.
Thanks, Jen. You're putting us all to shame with your boot camp, but well done.
Thank you.
Cool. We might head on over to Jo now, who is going to share a little bit about her story, and then switch gears a little bit and head on into the business.
Oh, this Jo. Okay. I think it's the other Jo first. Hi everyone. My name is Jo, and I have been taking Juice Plus for about 6 months now. I started taking it when I also was in very, very bad health. It's interesting how we all start the story like that, because we all tend to get ourselves in a mess before we do anything about it. But yes, I was suffering from Ross River virus. I was tired, lots of joint pain, depressed, down in the dumps, and just absolutely no energy. I know Leah's mum, so she was taking the products and was absolutely, amazingly full of health and wellness. And I sort of asked her one day, "What are you taking? What are you doing?" And she put me onto Leah, and I was like, give it to me. So I kind of immediately started feeling better. It's been a process for me, and it's like an onion. It's kind of getting better in layers. I was just telling the girls before that I just went for a big physical, and my sugar, my blood pressure, my cholesterol, everything is 100%. The doctor was absolutely happy with everything. And for a bigger person, that really is a great achievement, as it were. So yeah, loved the product so much, and got talking to people about it, and then kind of slipped into the business because I was just promoting it everywhere. And so that's been an amazing journey for me as well. One of the things that I was worried about when I started out was that, you know, you hear about these things and you think, is it a pyramid scheme? That was like one of my biggest things that I was worried about. And the way it was explained to me is how I'm going to explain it to you today. So our lives are pretty much pyramid schemes. Just about everybody that's in mainstream business is actually in a pyramid scheme. And you can see it if I do like a pyramid like that, where you get to at the top here in my work life that I'm here. Up here is the CEO, and then we have a layer. We have senior management, and then we have junior management, and then we have, in my case, caseworkers. So, you know, I started out there, and I've been there for about 5 years. I might get to, you know, get up here. The chances of me ever reaching that and that is almost non-existent. So that was quite a depressing thing for me, because I've had a bit of an interesting life, and there's been times in my life where I've earned really good money. So the thought of settling down and never being able to achieve the financial rewards that I have in the past was quite difficult for me to deal with. But then I got introduced to this business, which is kind of, oh, it doesn't work very well, kind of the other way around. So everybody comes in at the bottom here, and we all come in on the same level. It doesn't matter what your skill, what your history, what your background, we all start there, and you actually move up. We also have levels that you can move up, but everybody can move up those levels. And at the top here, which is your ultimate level that you can reach, there's endless amount of space. So it makes you the whole environment, this amazing environment of support. Everybody's trying to help you get to your next level, because nobody's losing out on anything. It's something that has been like pretty amazing for me to see how supportive everybody is, getting you from one level to the other. And, you know, not everybody gets up here, because not everybody has got the time, not everybody follows through, but everybody can, and each one of us can get up here. So it's really exciting for us to look at people in the team, and for me to think, where am I going to be in a year's, 6 months, a year's time? What is the income that I'm going to be able to achieve for myself and my family? And it's really completely up to me. Anything is possible. So that's one of the most exciting things about this business, and hopefully it explains a little bit about the pyramid thing.
Thanks, Jo. That's awesome. No, I think you've explained it really well. We're going to head on over to the other Jo now, who's also going to share a little bit about her Juice Plus journey and also a little bit more about the business.
Thanks, Leah. And well done, Jo, and congratulations, Jen, on launching your business. It's really great that it's a big step to do it. And I do remember what it was like when I launched my business, and yeah, it's scary. So well done. Congratulations. A little bit about me. Yes, my name is Jo. I'm a mum to 2 beautiful children. I've got a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, and I work as a registered nurse. I came across Juice Plus. Really, I was looking for benefits for my kids. I was looking for greater immunity. My daughter was having a lot of chest infections, but the really great side effect that I saw for myself was a great improvement in my own mental health. I've been really out loud and proud, I suppose, when it comes to talking about mental health. I suffered from postnatal depression and anxiety. And, you know, as we know, with a new baby, sleep deprivation was definitely my trigger. And it still is for me to a certain degree. And what I love is that since starting Juice Plus, I've been able to decrease my levels of anxiety and depression just remarkably. It's made me really passionate about helping others to do the same, because I know as women, a lot of the time we do hide away and we don't share our problems as much because we're busy being mums or that sort of thing. So I'm really passionate about helping other mums to, you know, to manage that anxiety and depression and just get that mum fog out of the way, just to really be able to cope. And I find that, you know, I can think clearer, I can get more done. I'm so much more productive when I can think clearer, and I'm more even, which makes me not that cranky mummy, which I don't like. Nobody likes being that cranky person, I don't think, and I definitely know my kids and my husband don't like me being that cranky person. So it's been a really great change in my life from a product perspective. So business-wise, when I came on board with the business, it was really something that I wanted to look closer at. And now that I can see the bigger picture, my husband works FIFO, and so we are working as a team, myself and my family. My kids know the end goal as well, to bring my husband home from FIFO, so that, you know, we can all be under one roof every night, because I think that is, you know, something that's really important for families to you know, not have people flying in and out, you know, where possible and where it's avoidable. So I know that my kids are totally on board with that, and I love that they can see that vision too. So it's really exciting. So something that did concern me, because I was introduced into the business by a very close friend, but something that concerned me when I was introduced was just that, you know, maybe I didn't know enough people. And I just wanted to have a bit of a chat about that tonight, because we are really a teaching business as well. And so, get my little board out. And that's one of the really great things, is that we can, you know, as a bunch of, you know, we've got men in the team as well, but mostly women, I think. And a lot of us do really support each other and raise each other up and give each other the confidence and support that we need when we need it. So just, you know, small pockets of groups like this, which is really, really supportive, and it's a fantastic community. So when I came into the business, one of the girls that was teaching us the business was Kira. And Kira came into the business and wrote the Juicy Body Transformation Program, and that Leah mentioned earlier with the fantastic recipes and things. And Kira had 2 customers which just, you know, absolutely loved the product. So they came to her and asked about the business side of things. So those customers were Jackie and Erin. And they both approached Kira. Kira didn't even have to approach them about it, because they loved the product so much and the program. So Jackie then went on to introduce a few people. And then those people then went on to introduce a few people. Erin did the same. She shared the business with Leah, and that was through social media. Erin shared the business with quite a few people. Leah's sharing the business, like Joe mentioned. She's shared it with Joe. They already had that connection with Leah's mum, but it's not necessarily a connection that everybody has. So what you can see here is that by sharing the business just with friends or through social media or family or just someone that we think it might help, our business can really grow quite quickly. And it's just a matter of teaching that next person down the line as to, you know, what to do. And we've got a really great system in place for teaching each other how to do it and learning from each other. It doesn't have to be an up and down thing like this as well. We work across as well. And so down here we've got Jackie and then a couple of people and then me. So the cool thing about that is that I didn't know, apart from the one girl, Nat, that introduced me to the business, I didn't know any of these people, and now I've got this amazing community and network around me. So, and that's Australia-wide, which is really exciting. So we like to call that the popcorn effect, because it's one of those things that when you take it off the heat, it keeps popping. So it's something that grows organically, and it's all just through recommendations and sharing, which we're really, really lucky to have such an amazing thing to share and help each other. So that's probably all from me tonight. I'm going to pass it on to Bree, who's going to have a little talk about some numbers. Just spotlight you, Bree. There we go.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations, Jenny, also for your launching your business. That's exciting. So, firstly, I'll just do a quick story on my business story. I've been in the business now for about 20 months. It first came to me when I was actually on maternity leave, and I was actually due to currently go back to full-time work, which was just something that was actually making me really anxious and just did not want to do. Also, I was in the process of moving interstate, so from Queensland over to Perth. So because my husband also does shift work, I had an 18-month-old at the time, I was more than happy to have a look at other options when this came up, and it just made sense to me. I was able to do my own hours, work around my husband's shift to my daughter. But one of the main reasons why I did join the business was I was also at the point where I was sick of feeling like I was just a mum, I was just a wife. I had actually lost who I was. I've forgotten how to dream again. I've forgotten about the things that actually meant a lot to me. So starting this business actually taught me how to dream again and to actually believe that anything's possible when you actually put your mind to it. Sometimes you don't believe in yourself, but when you have a good community around you, they believe in you. And that's what's like fantastic about this, is that I had so many people around me that actually believed in me before I believed in myself. That came to the point where now I'm actually doing a lot of things in my life that I never thought was possible like 2 years ago. So I definitely have to thank Juice Plus for that, for sure, and the people that I've met along the way. I'll do a quick rundown about the numbers, because I have to admit one of the biggest concerns I had when I did join the business was same as what Joe was just talking about. I don't know too many people, so how am I meant to build a business when I don't know too many people? So I'll just get my little whiteboard. So pretty much the power of the numbers is, so here's me, just me by myself. I went out there and I found 2 people, and all I had to do was just teach these 2 people the business. And then, like as Joe was saying, it's a teachable business. And then I taught these 2 people to go out and find 2 people each, teach them the business. So then all of a sudden I've got 4 people. Same thing, those 4 people had to go out there and find 2 people each. And then we've got 8, same thing, and then it comes down to 16, and then comes down to 32. So then all of a sudden I've got 60 plus people in my business, and all I had to do was really find 2 people, and I taught those 2 people to find 2 people, and it was just a duplicate process. So the beauty of the numbers is if I go out there and find an extra 3 people, so all of a sudden I've got 5 people, and I went ahead and showed these 5 people to teach 5 people. So then all of a sudden I've got 25 people, and then it goes on. So then all of a sudden it's 125, 625, and then all of a sudden we've got over 3,000 people in our business. So you can see the big jump in your tribe, I suppose. And all I did was go out there and showed an extra 3 people the business. So that's really exciting, knowing that all you have to do is just teach a couple of people to teach a couple of people, and all of a sudden you've got a lot of people in your team, which is exciting. All right, well, I'm going to pass it over to Leah now to talk about the fun stuff, the money.
Thanks, Bree. That's awesome. So I get to talk about the fun stuff, the money, and what I love is that money gives you options. One of my highest values is spending time with my family, and I just love that that's what this business gives me. I think that whatever your value is, it's always nice to have options to be able to do those things. I definitely came into this when we were pretty financially stretched. I was looking at having to go back to work. The life we've created for ourselves, it needs two incomes. And my husband, he was really feeling the pressure, and I didn't want him to have that pressure and that really being on his shoulders. It wasn't great for our relationship. We were both just not feeling great. So I knew that I had to make this work, or it was putting my little girl in daycare and heading on back into my full-time corporate job, travel job, which I definitely didn't want to do. It would mean that I couldn't be the mum that I wanted to be. It's just really not how I wanted to do life. So this really just gave me that option, but I knew I had to make it work pretty quick, and I knew that I had to look at being able to bring some income in to ease some of those financial strains. And to me, it was really small goals to begin with, to be fair. I knew that if I could earn $1,000, that would make a massive difference to our life. And I was able to do that pretty quickly and kind of tick that off. And then, it was paying our mortgage. And I love that I get to be able to do that. But, now I've been able to create some pretty cool things. I got to go to Melbourne last year for our conference, and the Gold Coast in September. And I'm heading again with a bunch of girls who are on this call in June. And that's all funded by my business. So we get to have loads of fun, and I get to do lots of really cool, fun things with my little girl. We're having another overseas holiday later on in the year, and if I wasn't doing this, that would definitely never be possible. And, the big dream like we all have, and I love that Jo shared, hers is to bring her husband home, but mine is to really, I guess, able to free my husband from his traditional business, but so that he doesn't have to work so much. I don't want him to be slogging his guts out for, the next however long until he retires. It's just not how we want to do life. We want to have a life and do a lot of the things that, we want to be able to do, and travel and, not work all the time. And I think that we've all seen our parents do that, and we kind of are conditioned to grow up thinking that's what it's meant to be like. But to know that there is another way is pretty incredible. So I'm forever grateful that this opportunity came into my life. So there's 3 ways that we get paid. The first way is retail. So we literally just connect the customer with the company, and the company ships the product. We don't have to keep any product in our garages or anything crazy like that. It just gets taken to the customer, and we get money in our bank account. There's no minimum monthly spends. The only product you'll ever actually pay for is your own. So it's nothing crazy. It's really just a matter of referring. We're not about going down and hunting down your family and friends. That's just not how we do stuff. It's really just people who are looking to feel good and look good, and maybe looking to improve their financial situation, and this can help them. The next way we get paid is commission. So basically, as we start to help other people get what they want in this business, then we also get rewarded with money in our bank account, which is always a great thing. And then the other way we get paid is bonuses. And, we love bonuses because we have a bit of a rule that with bonuses, we get to do something lovely for ourselves. So you're not allowed to spend it on a bill. It's got to be something to treat yourself. I definitely know that bonuses seem to be a bit of a thing of the past. It's not something that's in every workplace anymore. And it's a really big way of how we get paid. So I'm just going to talk about one of the bonus structures. There's quite a few, but this is really one that, in the beginning is really... So one of the first levels that we can get to is called SDVF. And when you get there, you get a $400 bonus if you get there within 40 days. And the person who taught you, because this is a teaching business, gets paid $400 as well. It's really something. You've got 60 days to get there, but we see people breaking records all the time, getting there in a week or 10 days, couple of weeks. So it's really nice to be able to pick up that bonus. And then the next position is sales coordinator. And when you get there, you get a $600 bonus. And the person who taught you also gets a $600 bonus. The next position is SSC, and you get a $1,200 bonus. And the person who taught you also gets a $1,200 bonus. The next position, and the one I'm kind of heading for, which is not too far away, is QNMD. And when you get there, you get a $1,500 bonus, and the person who taught you also gets $1,500. Then the pinnacle position is NMD, and when you get there, you get a $3,000 bonus. So we've got Mel, who's actually on this call, and yeah, she's at the newest NMD, which is really exciting. And yeah, we would love for you to share a little bit about your journey, Mel. And yeah, absolutely, congratulations to reaching that yesterday.
Thank you. It's still all very fresh this end as well. And excuse my little dude in the background here. So for me, I've been in the business, the Juice Plus business now for 22 months, or 20 months actually. And before Juice Plus came into my life, I returned back to work after baby number 2. And that was due to being forced to go back to work. It really didn't sit well with me. My partner worked on the mines, so very similar story. And, you know, I guess for a split second when Juice Plus came into my life, everything lit up and I could see what life could potentially look like. And the thought of being able to take the pressure off, being able to ring my partner and say, you know what, you can come home now, it really lit me up. So when Juice Plus came into my life, the product made complete sense. Who doesn't need more fruits and veggies in their life, right? So it was the business. I had no idea what I was doing. I literally just knew a handful of people that needed a health upgrade. And I knew a handful of stay-at-home mums also where, you know, an extra $50 to $100 even a month would be a game changer for them. So it wasn't even large amounts of money. And that's really where we got started. My business sort of rocketed in the first couple of months just with people being able to dream again. And I guess really Juice Plus was that vehicle that gave me my voice back. It gave me that purpose that I'd always been looking for. And I found that, you know, helping people both in their health and their wealth was what lit me up. And I think it was in the first month I reached the SDVF promotion that was just explained. In month 3, I'd hit SDVF. I'd hit SC. Month 8, I'd hit SSC. Month 12, QNMD, and month 20, NMD. And really, you know, as amazing as it is, these amazing achievements are not just because of the work that I've done. You know, I have a fantastic team behind me of like-minded, mission-driven women who we all just get together and do what we need to do and inspire healthy living and, you know, show people that there is a better way. So for me, it was around about the 6 to 8 month mark that I was able to ring my partner and say, you know what, you can come home. And for us, that was life-changing because by the time my 2-year-old was 2, she had seen her dad 11 weeks of her life. And that's what life looked like for us. So, you know, what a lot of people took for granted was completely life-changing in our household. And I have Juice Plus to thank for that. It was around about that 12-month mark where he lost his job here in Brisbane. And what that had meant for us any other time of our life would have been complete financial fear. We would have been, you know, completely scared for the future. We would have had no idea how we were going to pay our bills. But because I had the Juice Plus business behind me, I was able to completely financially cover our household. And I think we actually went away for the weekend to celebrate that he'd lost his job because we got to have even more time with him, which was a really, really empowering feeling because for the first time in my life, not only was I contributing, but I was able to take the reins, which was something that I'd never been able to do financially before. Now, being an MD, completely replacing a miner's wage meant that, you know, our lifestyle could still look amazing. We could still have the nice house, the nice car, still be able to say yes to more, still have loads of choices in our life, but not have to pay someone to raise our children, not have to pay someone to see their milestones and celebrate their birthdays with them because we were at work. Now, I'm getting to spend all my days with my kids. And, for me, that was an absolute game changer. So I'm forever grateful for the people that have come into my life in Juice Plus, for the lives we've been able to impact in Juice Plus, but I'm really, really excited for what's to come in the future. So thank you for letting me share my story.
Thanks, Mel. You gave me goosebumps. I've never heard you tell your story before, but that's amazing. Thank you so much. So we'll really wrap it up there. Just, thank you if you've jumped on to support Jen. You did an amazing job launching your business. And if any part of this resonates with you, then just really reach out to whoever invited you to jump on tonight and get your questions answered. I know that for myself, it was really something that I had loads of questions when I saw this, and I'm just so grateful that I decided to take the time to look into it a bit further, because what if this is something that could change your life and mean you get to say yes to more? All right, that's it. Joe, if you want to